Thanks, Noel. Good morning, parents and students. I am Ms. Priscilla Lee, Dean of Academic Studies in SST. I will be sharing with everyone about SST's distinctive curriculum. Next slide. In line with our belief that every child is specially selected into SST, we are very deliberate in stretching our students' learning through a talent development approach anchored on well-established levels of services model by Donald Traffinger. These 4 levels of services are structured to first stimulate, then identify and develop the interests and passions of individual students. So in level 1, that emphasizes services for all students, these services will provide foundational skills and tools for our students to discover and develop their personal strengths and talents. At level 2, these services are provided for many students. Students are invited to engage in activities through which they explore interests and investigate areas of possible strength and potential talent. At level 3, these services for some students are for students who are enthusiastic about a particular field of study and aspire to perform at a consistently high level. In order to be eligible for level 3, students demonstrate readiness as well as the ability to perform at a level beyond the expectations for the average student. Level 4 programming responds to the exceptional needs of a few students who have outstanding records of expertise, dedication, and passion. Student involvement in their chosen field approaches the professional level of performance. Next slide. Let me now share with everyone an example of how we identify and nurture science talents. At level 1, all our students will be given performance tasks in science. The picture actually shows our Sec 1s in the school field, testing out their prototypes of parachutes when learning about balanced and unbalanced forces in transportation science. The other pictures show how our Sec 3 students are working on the mousetrap vehicle designed using concepts from kinematics and dynamics in physics. In Sec 2, all our students will undergo investigative skills in science for a term, where they spend a term researching and developing a science project of their choice in place of regular classes. And they will then consolidate all their learning through a project at the end of this 10 weeks. Next slide. Now, this is an example of a poster which shows how one of our groups chose to investigate the growth of bacteria based on the effect of time in contact with the floor. So the students will collaborate in groups to formulate hypotheses and design experiments, carry them out to test the hypothesis. In the column on the left, this shows the skills taught to conduct science research in a rigorous manner. Next slide, please. This shows the findings of the students based on the data collected from the experiment. The students will then be required to analyze the results and draw meaningful conclusions. All in all, these are platforms to develop students' foundational skills at level 1 services. Next slide. At level 2, many of our students will continue to explore their interest in science. These examples show our collaboration with our tertiary institutions like NTU and SUTD to design learning experiences for our students to discover their passion through programs. In this instance, NTU Applied Sciences Camp and SUTD SST Big D Camp for the Sec 4s. So as mentioned earlier on, during the SUTD Big D Camp, students will be posed a challenge. Okay, last year, the students actually worked in teams to create a robot that will be able to ferry medical aid through rough terrain during an emergency situation. Next, please. At level 3, some of them will be selected to participate in various external competitions. The picture on the left shows a group of Sec 2s who came in first runner-up in the Engineering Innovation Challenge, where they investigated on the amount of ionizing radiation effects on the growth rate of the mung bean plant and developed a prototype to optimize the growth of this mung bean plant. Next. At the level 4 services, A few of the students will have the opportunity to present at international science conferences. The picture on the left shows a group of Sec 3 students who presented their project on the estimation of the mass of Jupiter from observing its moons. The picture on the right shows our Sec 2 students taking part in the International Student Science Fair that was held in Bangkok pre-COVID in 2019. Okay, this student actually attained the best innovation in physics for his investigation of the effect of temperature on the speed of light in water. Next, please. Here is another example of how we identify and nurture ICT talents. At level 1, our ICT curriculum equips all students with the relevant skills and knowledge in hardware and software development in the lower sec. The pictures here show our SST Twino, a microcontroller that's created by our SST alumni to help facilitate ICT learning. Next, please. At level 2, many of our students will continue to extend their understanding of programming and explore software development and cybersecurity applications. All students can sign up to be part of SST Inc. This is actually an incubator that nurtures student employees in running technology startups to serve communities and better our world. So over here, these are the roles that they will take as trainees. They will undergo training in Swift, develop iOS apps using Xcode. As an associate employee, they will also undergo further training for React Native to develop iOS and Android apps before they formally become an employee of SST Inc. These roles allow our students to deepen their passion and interests in ICT. Next, please. At level 3, some of our students will deepen their knowledge and develop apps that can be scaled up into a business. These are examples of apps that are created by our students. So those who submit outstanding apps or products will display their capabilities and skills, and they will be given the opportunity to extend their learning through Project SF. This Project SF is a student-initiated program to visit Silicon Valley in San Francisco to network and learn from SST's partners and industries. They will also attend tech conferences in Project SF to hone their skills further. Next, please. At level 4, a few of our students will undergo internship with industry partners to develop apps. For example, this app is actually developed for KKH. This was also mentioned during one of the videos that were shown earlier. Next, please. In SST, we understand the importance of developing critical skills to thrive in the new economy and mirror the future of work. So generic skills like computational thinking, creative thinking, problem solving, sense making are critical. We note that it is really no longer enough to be just reproducing content knowledge, but really about extrapolating what we know and applying this knowledge to novel situations. Human-centric skills and competencies like communication, collaboration, teamwork, and interpersonal skills are also crucial, and these cannot be acquired by the traditional rote learning. So in SST, we adopt the applied learning approach that is achieved through the 6 facets: active and relevant, authentic, community-focused, integrated, learner-centered, and process-focused. So applied learning is not vocational learning. It is essentially about developing a deep theoretical knowledge in order to apply them to solve real-world problems. The photos here show our students learning actively, working collaboratively, applying their critical and creative thinking to design, build, and test their prototypes. These iterative processes provide our students with opportunities to then develop their communication skills, courage and resilience to persevere when seeking problems and trying to find creative solutions. These 21st century competencies will certainly prepare them for the future work. Next, please. All in all, in SST, we provide an integrated curriculum grounded in applied learning and technology in a pervasive manner. We offer a wide range of learning opportunities through our distinctive curriculum, designed for our students to become future-ready leaders with good character. We embark on curriculum innovation to constantly improve our craft, as well as to enrich the students' learning experiences. Every cohort has their flagship programs. In line with our belief that all our students are specially selected and each child is a talent to be developed. From Sec 1, we design learning experiences that cut across various domains, not just limited to science and technology, but even in active citizenship education in Sec 2, in SST Advocates, Outward Bound Singapore in Sec 3, and the Discover program in Sec 4, to allow our students to uncover their talent and pursue their interests. Next, please. So some of you might be wondering, what subjects do we actually offer? We are still a secondary school, so our students will be offered a similar range of subjects: languages, math, sciences, and humanities. However, in SST, our 4-year curriculum is an exciting journey of discovery. Our programs spanned over the 4 years are available for the entire cohort that eventually leads to the GCO levels. So the curriculum in lower sec actually provides foundational knowledge so that students are able to deepen their learning in upper sec. So at the lower sec, there is a greater emphasis on the regular academic subjects, although we customize our curriculum to emphasize real-world applications that is taught in an integrated manner so that our students can view issues from multiple perspectives across disciplines. So for example, in mathematics, all of them will read maths in lower sec, and all of them will continue with additional maths and mathematics in upper sec. Another example is the Changemakers program in the lower sec that integrates learning experiences in art, design, media and technology, ICT, innovation and entrepreneurship, giving students the opportunity to deepen their learning in an applied subject at the upper sec level. So at the upper sec level, our students are able to choose from a range of O-level applied subjects. That is a huge part of the SST experience. All our students get to take up one applied subject. They will be able to choose from biotechnology, computing, design studies, and electronics. Students can opt to actually take up 2 applied subjects, the Computing Plus and Electronics, under the Engineering Plus program. These subjects are reflected in the GCO level exam and are recognized for admission in post-secondary institutions. Biotechnology and design studies are exclusive to SST. Similarly, the teaching methods will emphasize on real-world applications, project-based learning, and hands-on learning. So in the upper sec curriculum, a typical subject combination will consist of both additional maths, mathematics, combined humanities, 2 of the pure sciences, and an applied subject. Now, after hearing about SST's distinctive curriculum, I will now hand over the time to my colleague, Ms. Doreen Tan, HOD of CCE, to present on the co-curriculum and student development matters. Thank you.